Hi everyone. We have the King of Swords. Because I'm using different decks, we had the Queen of Swords come out twice here for you. So it's like your logical brain is used to being very practical and factual and doing things, that make sense. Um, but I feel like there's also this, you're kind of, I don't know if it's exhaustion. We have this Nine of Wands, but it's kind of like you've lost your energy, your motivation. You're it's like I'm just not feeling super enthusiastic about anything right now. I need a shakeup. I need something new. I sort of lost my spark. And and this card is just saying, hang in there. You may be feeling a little battle weary. Some of you may have a court case going on. Um, just that just is coming up. And it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I didn't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this. And I just want to quit, but you can't quit. Um, and there is this Page of Wands. So just the mere fact that you're going through that thought process of what I was just talking about, um, you will find that spark. You will find your motivation. You will find your second wind and kind of, it's not necessarily a new purpose, but maybe a new way with the sort, like a new way of looking at things. So a new way of perspective of your logical mind looking at things that sort of brightens things up. And you're like, oh, it's like, um, okay, that I'm seeing it now. I'm getting it. I'm getting motivated again. I got my mojo back. I got my passion back. And so I think it's going to take a little bit of a change, a shift in thinking. For some of you, it could be something about like an inheritance, and it could just be like going through probate court or something just tedious like that, or having to settle an estate. So it's the court isn't like necessarily anything bad, but a formality. But it's drawing something out that really you feel like shouldn't need to be like, it has to go that way, but it really like doesn't. It's just like seems like a tedious formality, and it's just frustrating. This Ten of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, that's really a card about legacy and really thinking about, um, do you want even, if your parents were a fantastic role model, really thinking about, is that the way I want to live my life? Like we kind of see examples and think, okay, that's the way, good example, and think that's the way I should be, but that's not necessarily the case. So it may require, and this is a theme coming up for these readings this year, is a shift in thinking and a change in perspective, and to enable you to really make your own decision about how you want to live your life. And it's this is not anything negative, but it's sort of being more authentic to you and challenging your own beliefs. And it's like, wait, why do I believe that? And on one hand, yes, I believe that, but I want more. I want something different that's not actually feeding my soul. I'm realizing it's not motivating me. It's kind of uh, wearing me out. And why is that? And what can I do to change it? Coming in the next quarter here, we have this Ace of Shields. And this to me is a new, this is practical. This is a new job, new money, but how you handle your money, a new home, moving home, a new health routine, a new eating habit, something tangible in your everyday surroundings. You've gotten motivated there with that Page of Wands, and you're changing. You're changing where you live. You're changing your immediate surroundings. You're starting a bank account, you're starting a retirement account, you're starting something that will have a long-term gain. So it's not necessarily, And these two cards are great. Here's the passion and the excitement, this new idea, this new job, this new hobby, this new something that you're really inspired about. And here's the practical energy to actually, I mean, this can fizzle out. This Page of Wands can want instant gratification. And, this is the energy, and I'm a fire sign, so I can pick on us. The fire sign energy where it's like, oh, I'm going to start yoga. I'm so excited. I love yoga. I'm going to start yoga. You go to Lululemon and you spend, $500 on your two things that you buy, and you sign up for yoga classes and all this stuff. And you go to advanced yoga because, you're amazing. And after that class, you're like, F it, I'm not doing that. That was, and that's it. That's where it ends, because it was way hard. Yoga's way harder than you think it is. But paired with this, it's, you know what? I'm not sure what I want. I may try taking various classes. Well, I'm just going to go and I'm going to use the mats at the place and see how I like it. And I'm going to start with a beginner, because I want to, it's same thing with, we keep using the health one because it's an easy example, but this can be applied to anything. Or even, let's say you want to go back to school. I'm going to take one class. And that's actually what I did. And it was good. Like, I'm going to take one class. I'm going to try it on. I'm going to see how it fits. I'm going to walk around the store and try this on for size and see if it works into my life before I full-fledged sign up for a degree program. I'm going to start walking before I run. I'm going to do it I'm going to take small bites instead of trying to do something all at once, because it will be sustainable this way. This card is all about sustainability, and slow and steady wins the race, and planting seeds that will in the future be very fruitful. But it's not something, you're not going to be able to pick the fruit from that tree that you just planted the seed. So what can you start today that will have long-term effects? And then here you are again, this Queen of Swords. So a lot of thinking, which is normal for you guys. But I feel like it's really, you guys are always productive, but you are out of the box thinkers. You are you're definitely up for challenging, I don't want to say challenging logic because it's not illogical, but thinking outside the box. That's definitely, you guys can be entrepreneurs. My parents own their own business their whole life, successful business. So definitely thinking of starting your own business. Maybe this is just like, I can't keep working for the man. And maybe you get a little bit of money from somewhere, some sort of money from an inheritance or who knows, some source that can help you start this business. But you're going to do it, you're passionate about it, but you're going to do it very carefully. You're going to have a business plan. You're going to be very, you're going to do it the right way. Now, I feel like, though, it's like, something's still holding you back. And you're like, you want this new beginning. So that Nine of Wands, that energy of, oh, I don't know if I can keep going on. Well, here's the 10. And you're like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep going through the motions. I need a change. But you're like, oh, your emotions are sort of all over the place. You're just, and this may be in the time of Cancer. So it's June ish. Like, you're just having trouble. Like, can I really do this? Can I think outside the box? Can I really take that leap of faith? And you have this page again, these two together. So you're really making the plan. So I think you're doing the planning, which feels really comfortable. I can make the plans. But then it's time to jump. And you're like, like, it's just like, you feel like you're blowing up your whole life. And someone else just got this. No, in the next, they got it in this spot. It was Capricorn. they're blowing up their life too, in a good way, in a way so they're living more authentic. It's like, boy, you're really gonna shake things up. So not everyone's gonna be awesome with this. Other people are very judgmental. Again, they like to keep you in their little box. This is who you are, and this is how you act, and this is your job, and this is where you live, and this is what you do. And when you change and take a leap of faith, it can really, they're gonna look at it. It's going to be all about them because that's what we do, right? We hear a story and you think, I wouldn't do that. It's like, well, it doesn't matter what you would do because it's not happening to you. So you may have family members that are like, what? You're leaving, you're starting your own business. Is that smart in this political, atmosphere or whatever, blah, the economy? You'll get everyone else's doubts and ego may come flooding into you, or you may feel, or there just may be a setback, or you're just having trouble taking that final step. But the Tower comes in and it's a breakthrough. It's like you just got to the point where you're like, okay, I can't do it anymore. I have to do something. And so it's in the wake of this sort of breakthrough, this shakeup, this, I can't do it anymore. I can't keep going the way it has been anymore because it just wasn't sustainable. It's in the aftermath of that are the seeds of creativity and a fresh start on a solid foundation in a more authentic way that is sustainable. And here you are again. Okay, picking yourself up, moving forward. But look at this beautiful, we keep having, now here the fire and the thoughts come together, the motivation and the inspiration together. This King of Wands is really an amazing energy to have. He's the ultimate entrepreneur. He's always inspired and motivated. He's that guy that's just, he's like kind of like a Steve Jobs, that he would be the energy of the King of Wands. He just is able to motivate people and excite people, and he's able to sustain that enthusiasm long after the initial excitement fades. So again, he's the guy that's going to keep going to yoga. He's going to persevere. He's going to stay excited. He's going to run his whole life. So that's that energy, I think, of like your Queen of your Sword energy and the Wands. It's like you can do anything with that combination. And so if you're ever, doubting yourself or thinking, oh, I can't do this or whatever, just think of my 75-year-old mom and we live in Vermont, so it's freaking cold. She goes out, she's like, what is it? The Postal Service, rain, sleet, or snow. Like, she's out there. She doesn't make excuses. She makes it happen. I like that. You're not gonna, no excuses. You're gonna make it happen. And then it's like you keep coming, like you're a little bit of vacillating. You're like, oh my God. So this is a little bit about denial. It's like there's one thing you don't want to face. But the funny thing is, once you face it, and that's kind of what the Tower is trying to probably shake you up about it. The minute you face it, it's like it's been blown out of proportion. I think the elephant in the room becomes an elephant because it was really a mouse, but you just ignored it, and it just had to get bigger and bigger until you really, you have to actively try to not see it, because you know what I mean? That's what denial, I think. You have to actively ignore it. And so I think it's really making a mountain out of a molehill. And if you can just let it out and say it out loud, and God, is that like a Twilight reference? Say it out loud. You can deal with it. You're going to realize, wow, I made this way more complicated than I had to. Sorry, going back to the Tower here, but at the bottom of the deck here is the Knight of Pentacles. So here's that change in those practical things that we've been talking about. I need to change where I live, my job, how I earn my money. I need to do it. I need to do it. You also could be meeting a fire sign. It could be some of you need to end a relationship, and that's what the Tower is. And then you meet someone, though, that just, you inspire each other. You really balance each other out. Could be a business partnership. Could be a work relationship that you just can't, just not working for you. You're feeling trapped and overburdened, or it's just crushed your passion. But ending out here, you have the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups. So this is feeling better, a change in emotions. It's like by making these practical changes in your life, it really is going to make you happier, because you're going to be living authentically and dealing with the things that have been the elephants in the room, and the things that have been zapping your energy and exhausting you and taking away your spark for life. And with the Empress down here, I mean, she is practical, she is fruitful, but she nourishes. So nourish yourself, nourish this. Don't allow it. So you're making your plans and everything, but allow it to be somewhat fluid. Allow it to nurture this new beginning in you, this new way of life. And allow, if there's some detours, if there's some roadblocks, or even if sometimes things evolve and it, maybe you were like, this is how it's going to be, and something happens and it has to change, shift somewhat because of, who knows, a regulation you didn't see, a practical reason it can't, or whatever, or you have this new thought. It's okay, nurture that. It may end up being better than you even thought. So sometimes seeming obstacles, and maybe that's what this Tower card's about, or you just can't be like, no, it can't be different. It can't be different. And then once you say, well, why can't it? You challenge that thought, challenging your thought patterns. You think, well, why couldn't I do it that way? And sometimes it's even better than the original plan or thought. So again, allow it to be more organic. Maybe you want to do something that's organic. And rounding out the year, it's like you just have this change in emotion. You're feeling happier, more giving. You may have a relationship come in, because when you're living more authentically, you become more attractive because you're happier and you're motivated and you're passionate about something and you're happy to get out of bed, and you're healthier because you don't feel oppressed and just working for the man or going through the motions. Like, you can't wait to get out of bed. And even if you still have your old job and you're starting something on the side, you can't wait. It's not like you don't get home from work and you're like, oh my God, and you have a glass of wine, you're just like, oh, you're just zapped of life. It's like you come home and you can't wait to go for a run, do your other things, work on your project, start writing. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. So it really lightens your whole mood, and just like one bad thing happening in some area of your life can contaminate everything else. It can just put a damper on everything. This is going to uplift everything in that same way, just in a positive way. So thank you for watching. Take care.